Welcome back, everybody. My name is SnipingSpun2, celebrating the Pokemon 20th anniversary. About a week or so ago, I did my earliest memories. This time, I'm going to be going through and giving my thoughts and looking back on what essentially was the Pokemon comics, the Pokemon manga. Or at least what I have. Like, I didn't have every little manga, every little comic, every little thing when it came to the world of Pokemon, but basically, this is basically what I had. Outside of, for those of you who pay attention to my comic book collection, like I posted about like maybe 3 or 4 days ago, basically I did have 2 other issues of basically Pikachu Shock's back, but like normal sized comic form. And like I mentioned, I had these little like flappy like little versions of them. So basically, this video is just going to basically be me giving my overall thoughts. Looking back on, basically, Pokemon Pikachu Shock's back, the Electric Tail Pikachu, Pokemon Adventures, and there were a couple I had that were based off, the actual anime. There was one based off Mewtwo Strikes Back, the movie, and then, like, the actual anime, and, so on and so forth. I'm going to go through them, look at them a little bit, give my quick little thoughts, and generally just look back on it in honor of celebrating the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. Now, like I said, I did mention there's these little, like, Pikachu Shock's back, like, like comics, little things, which are basically kind of like little mini versions of what you would normally get for a comic. I don't know why they sold it like this though, but now the heck I came across some of these, but while I was big into Pokemon back in the late 90s, early 2000s, like really big when the Pokemon like boom was crazy. And here you go, you got some really nice artwork. This is really nice, actually, looking back on this stuff. And like Pikachu Shock's back to interesting like stories that I don't know if these are different from what was in the anime or not, but because I forgot, I haven't really looked at these all that much, but basically, it's interesting little. I know like Pokemon Adventures and whatnot is totally something different, but I don't know if Pikachu Shock's back ever really, if it was totally different or not. I think it might have been more integrated towards what the games were like, but taking maybe some elements of like what the anime were, because I do recall, I do not know if it was in Electric Tail Pikachu or if it was in like Pikachu Shock's back or whatever, but I do remember that they did do the Eevee story, which probably started in the manga, started in the comic books, and might have went to the anime, or maybe it was like it was in the anime first. But I do think that Eevee tale where the brothers want their one brother to evolve his Eevee. I do know in one of them they have that. So yeah. And it's some really nice artwork in this stuff, like, holy crap. Electric Tail Pikachu. Basically, I said I don't remember, I haven't looked at these all that much in years. I think I might have looked at them more when I first got them, like, years ago, back in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s. But I don't remember looking at them all. And I remember where they were at. Like I said, in my comic book collection, basically, these were the only things I remember keeping from a lot of my old comic book stuff. And then there's like, here's a big Pikachu Shock's bag, like the actual graphic novel. Like, there we go. This is this. Yeah, it must be this one because I just seen Jolteon. Yeah, it's the Eevee story. It's kind of. Yep, there's the Eevee's evolutions and whatnot. Yeah. So that's the Pikachu Shock's bag. That's like a big graphic novel of them all. And these ones were based off the actual anime, so yeah, like this is based off the movie like directly. I don't know if it has every single scene. I think it's just more of an introduction to it, till they get to the island. So yeah, there's that, and Monster Hunter 2. And this one is more so basically straight up just the scenes from the episodes in the anime, which I think is the first couple episodes when he gets the Pikachu and Pharaohs and Team Rocket and Caterpie and Samurai Dude and Beedrills and more Samurai Dude, and there's more Team Rocket and Beedrills, and then Brock's dad. So that's basically that. And it's really nice because even though it's basically just them taking like still images from the anime, it does look pretty nice. And then we have the Pokemon Adventures one, which I do know they still do this nowadays. I do recall, I've seen some stuff online. I've come across people that still have read comics and manga about the adventures. They have kept up doing, like, you know, Johto and Hoenn and, you know, Sinnoh and Unova and stuff. But these are like 3 issues of the adventures. I think it's 2, 3, and 4 if I recall correctly. Like, so it's I don't know if I ever had the first one or if I had anything more in this, but this is basically what I found inside there. So I don't know if this is all I had or if there's a few things that are missing. But I think this is basically it. And this is basically something totally different from Pikachu Shocks Back. This is something totally different from like Electric Tail of Pikachu and Pikachu's Boogaloo and whatever stuff like that. Some nice artwork looking here. Basically going through stuff that is way more close to what the actual video games were like, I think. Not entirely, but, you know, sort of. Like, you know, with probably elements from that were in the anime. And some really nice artwork. Like I mentioned with, like, those over there, this is really nice. Looking back on this. Just taking all this in, like how simplistic but yet detailed this is. And then the Snorlax one. They have to get Snorlax out of the way. And this. And this. And this. And even more of that. So we get back here. Snorlax. And Ash. And that's it. So yeah, that's basically just generally my next quick little video. I'm going to be, like I said, I'm doing various little things celebrating the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. Like I said, my first video of the series, I looked at my earliest memories looking back. Like I said, I had these comics, I played the games, I was in a card league, playing like the trading card league up at our local Toys R Us. I played the games like nonstop. I watched the anime and, you know, stuff like that. So that was my earliest memories. This time, like I said, I wanted to go over and quickly look through these and give my quick thoughts and looking back on them and giving my retrospective of basically what what these were like before I get on the future things like top 10 lists and maybe some reviews I might quickly do or thoughts on stuff and maybe my favorite, insert something here, whatever. But like I said, to end this video quickly enough, you know, the Pokemon comics, the Pokemon manga, really interesting how varied it was. I don't know if they still have it as varied now, because I know the Adventures series I think is still going, but I don't think any of that stuff is at all. And I doubt they do anything based off the anime specifically anymore, because this was like to advertise like the first movie, and that was pretty much, I think, for introducing people probably to the anime. But I know they still do this with like some newer ones. I know that for a fact they did this with Unova, with the likes of like the new characters like Hilda and Hilbert and whatnot. I knew they did that with that. I don't know if they did anything with like Unova, I mean with Kalos after, or if they did anything with Sinnoh or Johto or Hoenn or anything. But I know this is Kanto and they did something with Unova, so they probably did it with other ones too. And this stuff right here very well could have been. I don't know if this continued past, you know, Kanto or not. But it's like, it's kind of looked awesome, like when the boom happened, how varied this stuff was. You have Pikachu Shocks Back, you have Electric Tail of Pikachu, you have like that Pikachu's Boogaloo Adventures, you have stuff based off the anime, you have everything. It's like, it was the Pokemon boom in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it was really interesting looking back on this, like the nice artwork, the interesting stories that really took a lot from like the games and was different. Like, you know, how different they were compared to the anime. Like, you know, they took more, I think, inspiration from the video games and then did their own little manga comic books type stories. So it's basically my quick thoughts, a retrospective looking back on, you know, the Pokemon comics. What do you guys think? Do you guys own any of this stuff? Did you guys read this stuff? Have you kept up with any of it? Because like I said, this is all I have. Like I said, I kept up with the games. I haven't really kept up with anything else, like with the anime or the card game especially, and like comics and whatnot, but I kept up with the games here and there, so that's my biggest thing with Pokemon, and my love and interest is the games. But like this, like I remember collecting these things, having this back in the day, and just how big Pokemon was back then. Like, did you guys own any of these? Do you guys have any of these that I don't have? Like, put in the comments what you guys think. We could discuss it there. Celebrating Pokemon's 20th, celebrating Pokemon's 20th anniversary to the end of the year when we get Pokemon Sun and Moon, the 7th generation. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you want to. My name is Sniping Fun, and I'll see you all later in the next video. Bye.